Imagine a shortcut that could save ships thousands of miles and billions of dollars in fuel costs. Sounds like a dream, right? That is the promise of the Canal, a proposed mega project in Thailand that could reshape global trade. But here's the catch. This ambitious plan comes with huge risks: environmental destruction, community displacement, and economic uncertainty. My name is Daniel, and in this episode of the RAD initiative, I'm joined by Parkin, and we'll explore the Canal's potential, its pitfalls, and whether there's a better way forward. Let's dive in.
The Canal, also known as the Thai Canal, is a proposed artificial waterway that would cut through the Isthmus of Kra in southern Thailand. The goal? To create a direct route between the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, allowing ships to bypass the congested Malacca Strait. This could save up to 1,200 kilometers and 2 to 3 days of travel time for ships traveling between the Pacific and Indian Oceans.
The idea isn't new. It dates back over 300 years to Thai monarchs who saw its strategic potential, which, in the late 19th century, European colonists, particularly the French East India Company, brought to larger attention. However, the proposal was gradually squashed from a series of signed agreements from Thai monarchs and governments, which were coerced by the competing British Empire. Into the 20th century, a Chinese-born Thai industrialist, K.Y. Chow, also presented great interest in the building of this canal. Significantly, Chow funded a $400,000 feasibility study through a United States consultancy company and found the proper route for the canal. However, the 1973 oil crisis diminished the global economy, resulting in the subsidence of the plan. But today, with global trade booming, the Canal is back in the spotlight. The question is it worth the cost? Proponents argue the Canal could be a game changer for global trade. With construction costs estimated at 28 to 50 billion, the canal could generate billions annually in toll revenue, similar to the Suez and Panama canals. It could also create jobs, boost local economies, and position Thailand as a key player in global shipping. But there's a flip side. The project faces huge financial risks, including cost overruns, competition from existing routes, and the challenge of maintaining such a massive waterway. Unlike the Suez and Panama canals, the Canal, merely decreasing 2 to 3 days of sailing time, does not offer a strong incentive for shipping companies to pay tolls. Consequently, the massive construction costs cannot be recovered with such tolls. Moreover, this divide of the nation could invigorate the far south separatists and encourage sectional conflict and the quote-unquote great power rivalry. And then there's the human cost. The Canal could displace tens of thousands of people, forcing them to leave their homes and livelihoods behind. Fishing communities, farmers, and small businesses that rely on existing trade routes could face severe disruptions, and many of the affected areas hold deep cultural and historical significance that could be lost forever. For these communities, the canal isn't just a project, it's a threat to their way of life.
There are many socio-economic problems and factors related to this project. In the mid-2010s, there were two major advocates for the construction of this canal. The first one was the Thai Chinese Culture and Economic Association, or the TCCEA, and the second one was the Thai Canal Association for Study and Development, or the TCASD. Following the 2014 coup, the TCCEA, the first organization, called on the junta to support the construction of the canal along a route researched by the previously mentioned K.Y. Chow. This route is called Route 5A, and this project would cost $20 billion over 8 years. Then in 2017, businessmen and retired military officials formed a second organization, the TCASD, to advocate for building the Thai Canal. This organization was led by a retired military general called R.A.D, and this time they proposed using a different route researched by Chow, Route 9A. This route would complement an even bigger long-term investment project called the Eastern Economic Corridor, or the EEC for short. Besides these two groups, there are also a couple other vital factors that work in favor of constructing this massive project. One is China's view of the canal project as a key part of its Belt and Road Initiative, or the BRI. This is a really costly global infrastructure project that aims to improve connectivity on trade and investment across regions of Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Former Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and both the TCCEA and TCASD are supporters of the BRI. In the mid-2000s, Chinese strategic analysts suggested that the canal would enhance the country's energy security by eliminating the need to travel through the Malacca Straits, which were monitored by the US. Although the Malacca dilemma was often exaggerated, Chinese strategic analysts still viewed the canal as a good form of risk dispersal, so there seems to be a pretty strong incentive for China to directly support the R.A.D Canal project, but Beijing has never actually officially promoted this. The second factor was Thailand's infamous 20-year national development strategy, published in the 2017 Constitution. It is a long-term strategy spanning from 2018 to 2037 that aims to make Thailand a more developed country, with goals such as competitiveness, social equality, and environmental sustainability. One of the main ways that the government planned to improve national competitiveness was by developing high-quality infrastructure to connect Thailand with the rest of the world. Although the R.A.D Canal was not specifically mentioned, a canal could technically be classified as a form of high-quality infrastructure, thus subtly hinting at the willingness to create the R.A.D Canal. But after many delays, the plan was talked about less and less until it was almost completely gone from the public's attention. And there were also other political reasons behind the hesitation, such as the often controversial expensive purchases made by the government and the possibility of souring Thai-US relations. Then of course, there are also the concerning environmental impacts.
The environmental impact of the R.A.D Canal could also be devastating. Construction could disrupt marine ecosystems, alter ocean currents, and threaten coral reefs and fisheries. Large-scale excavation would lead to deforestation and habitat loss, endangering wildlife and reducing carbon sequestration. Increased ship traffic could also degrade water quality, harming both marine and freshwater ecosystems. And let's not forget the carbon emissions from construction and shipping. In a world already grappling with climate change, is this a risk we can afford to take?
Instead of building the R.A.D Canal, Thailand is now considering an alternative, the Land Bridge project. This plan involves developing ports on both coasts and connecting them with highways and railways, allowing cargo to be transported over land between the Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand. The land bridge could offer similar economic benefits with fewer environmental and social costs. It's a less disruptive, more sustainable solution. But is it enough?
Instead of betting everything on the R.A.D Canal, Thailand and its regional partners could consider number 1, investing in the land bridge as a lower impact alternative. Number 2, expanding existing ports and logistic hubs to ease congestion in the Malacca Strait. Number 3, enhancing environmental regulations to minimize harm from infrastructure projects. And number 4, promoting regional cooperation on maritime efficiency, including smart shipping technology and better traffic management. These alternatives could achieve similar economic gains without the massive risks of the R.A.D Canal.
The R.A.D Canal is a bold idea with the potential to transform global trade, but its environmental, social, and economic costs cannot be ignored.
With alternatives like the land bridge on the table, Thailand has a chance to achieve its goals in a more sustainable way.
So what do you think? Should Thailand proceed with the R.A.D Canal, or is the land bridge the better choice? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the RAD initiative for more discussions on global sustainability and development.
Together, we can build a brighter and more sustainable future. See you next time.